Oh, okay. We're getting straight into it. Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how this is going to be handled in RPG Maker, because I mean we haven't actually acquired many truth bullets there, so it's probably not going to be as long as a typical mainline Danganronpa trial. It's probably going to be substantial enough, but yeah. Okay, interesting. Oh, are they going to be fully voiced?
So, what exactly are we meant to do?
Okay, so yeah, it's going to be fully voiced. That's good.
Oh, right. Sorry, I'm just so used to people already knowing this stuff.
Are you now? Interesting thing to say. Are you... Is that a hint about the backstory, or are you just fourth wall breaking, making a reference to us, the audience, actually playing this?
Let us begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
Okay, I'm assuming that was a fourth wall joke. It was making a sort of jab at us, just Danganronpa fans, because of course we would know how this works.
You will all discuss who you believe is the killer, presenting evidence and debating. And at the end of it, you vote for who you believe murdered Dracula in complete and total cold blood.
It's interesting to see how certain voices are quieter than others. I guess it just comes down to, you know, these sort of amateur voice actors and just what setups they had available to them.
Or it's going to be some sort of boring, sympathetic motive that's probably going to miss a load of emotional beats and just be underwhelming. But considering the state of the crime scene, I doubt that's the case. Anyway, if you get the right killer, the killer gets executed and you all continue your treatment. But if you get the wrong one, then I get to have my fun.
And suddenly you now get louder. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, his his voice actor's microphone is a lot louder.
Jesus Christ. Okay then. Never had to debate with my head on the line, but I guess there's a first for everything.
Well, to start, it appears the victim has been murdered!
What a fantastic contribution. All we need is Captain Obvious over here.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
Well, I believe our first matter of discussion should be the mechanisms of which they may us all fall unconscious.
It's Ismene!
Okay, told you, someone was instantly going to go for her.
What? I mean, can it be anyone else? I think the fact she's a professor murdering skank is enough to put her high up on our culprit list.
Oh god. I mean, you didn't need to add the skank part, okay?
Hold on. Think about this logically. Of course it looks like Ismene committed it, but you have to understand. If you were a killer, wouldn't you want to frame someone who people already distrust?
Okay. I am very glad, Lyra, that I did your free time events, or some of them, I'm assuming there might be more of them, because you actually do seem kind of level-headed, at the moment anyway, at least.
But, we were all at the party. When would any of us have time to frame Ismene? Especially all the way in her dorm.
Can you not remember that not everyone was at the party?
Did you forget all of you passed out at the party? Do you know how long you were out for?
Also, what motive would I have to kill Dracul? He was my... He...
Ismene and Dracul were close friends.
I guess that's the way to put it.
Maybe you manipulated him and seduced him and brought him into the storage closet with that scream to...
Okay, so is this where one of our truth bullets is going to come in?
We weren't close like that. You disgusting little nymph. I have half the mind too.
Hold on. That scream. We all heard it, right?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Yup, an epic jump scare moment.
Taka, please.
It was as clear as day. It was almost as loud as a peaked voice.
That's one way of putting it.
Well, I don't remember doing it.
Liar!
How could that even happen?
How could you not remember popping a fat scream for the boys?
Do you have to phrase it like that? Wow, pop a fat screen for the boys, ladies and gentlemen.
It's clear you're the culprit. Just look at the state of your room.
Okay, so maybe we're going to talk about the bottle.
And you'd been able to kill before.
Let's talk about the bottle. This is bad. Everyone is accusing Ismene. We can't focus on finding the actual culprit if we don't clear her name. We need to do something. So we're definitely going down the line of we think she's definitely innocent. Right? A non-stop... Oh, God. Okay, you actually have a non-stop debate? How's this going to work, then, in this engine? In a non-stop debate, you observe what people are saying and wait for an opportunity to refute. Then you simply pick the truth bullet you'd like to refute with. Be careful, though. Not every weak spot in an argument is something you should refute. Good luck. It's very simple. Why? We have the budget of 2 potatoes, and it's my personal aim to be the macaroni art Fanganronpa. Nice. Well, at least you've got a bit of self-deprecatory humour, Dev. Have fun. Alright? How's this going to work?
I mean, it really isn't looking good for Isamine. She wasn't at the party.
Are they going to cycle through each person, and then it's going to give us a choice?
Is there anyone else who could have screamed aside from Ismini? Ismini wasn't at the party, so she couldn't have passed out.
Do think about this logically. Think about where Ismini was at the time of the murder.
In her room with you, right? Is that what we're saying?
Huh? How does that affect anything? Ismene had no proper alibi.
Do I want to refute that? Oh god, there's a timer. Sure. Oh god, what? I only have these. Empty wine bottle?
No, that's wrong.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, so we're getting at Allura. Problem is, obviously, I can't see my truth bullets. So it's like, I don't know specifically what they say, so I just have to kind of guess a bit.
But I didn't see her at the party with us. What do you mean she has an alibi?
Ismini's room, while appearing scratched up, I don't think that was because of the murder. The stains can be easily explained with the broken bottle.
Okay, so this sort of kind of doing a bit of a non-stop debate, but the beauty of it is it actually stops on the one that looks like it can be potentially refuted.
How so? What does that explain?
Those stains aren't blood, they're wine.
Ismini is a crippling alcoholic?
Shut up.
Silence. I was right about something. Oh, Mom, are you proud of me?
Not the time, buddy.
Very proud, son. Now let's focus on the trial.
Don't you get into that role.
Ismini, I'm so sorry for outing you here, but Ismini drinks a lot to channel Dionysus. And if you still don't believe me, you don't have to. Because there are 2 people here who can prove she wasn't able to commit murder. Isn't that right, Allura and Kiyoshi?
Indeed, that's correct.
Ah, so you do have a brain in there. How wonderful.
Just stick to figuring out the trial, you dick.
Well, yes, it is true.
Oh, sorry.
Ismini
I
felt
just blasted everyone's eardrums out.
being left alone in the dorms with Kiyoshi. So I stayed over at her place to lessen her chances of death, in case of an attack from him.
You almost sound like you're slurring your words a bit.
And it was nice, was it not?
Hold on. How does that explain the alcohol?
Because they were drinking, mate.
Ismini and I indulged in some drinking.
Okay, that's probably why you're slurring your words, actually, because you're a bit drunk.
Laura got a bit wild.
Indeed. I sat with my legs crossed instead of with them neatly next to each other, which decreases bowel movement and makes things internally less efficient. Truly shameful.
Yeah, that's the problem right now.
I do hope you never have to see me in such a state.
I swear to God, if one of the other characters suddenly now makes some lewd comment about that.
Long story short, we both got possessed and wrecked my room a bit.
You were not possessed, you were just drunk.
So that was the noises. A shame.
Get your mind out of the gutter, I know exactly what you're thinking.
Noises? Alright, kinda creepy. Were you watching them or something?
Oh, I stayed outside their dorm the whole night listening in. It gave me so much wonderful inspiration.
Alright, Captain Creepo.
Yikes!
Yes, I think that's what we're all thinking.
Hold on, Kiyoshi. You knew there's no way Ismini could have killed from listening in. So why did you push her being the killer so much?
I was testing you all. I want to see how much I can trust others in a class trial. Of course, if it got too much, I would have come forward to her defense.
Okay.
But now I know I can somewhat relax during class trials, since the rest of you have it covered.
Yes, dear Kyo. We'll get to solving this right away.
Ugh, gross and slimy.
Agreed.
Yeah, indeed.
So wait, does that mean
that the culprit has to be someone at the party?
Someone possibly who didn't pass out, maybe?
Oh, gosh. And naturally, the suspicion would fall onto those who baked the sweets.
So Kotaro and Eichi are
I
we getting at?
mean, that does seem to be how he passed out.
Not to mention, Dracul's corpse was found on Kotaro's special final cake.
Kotaro, I trusted you! Why'd you have to ruin the party?
Is that what you're worried about? The fact that he ruined the party? Not the fact that somebody's dead?
I didn't.
Would it be you? I don't know, I'm not sold yet. We need more evidence.
Yes you fucking did. Here's what happened. Kotaro was a little bitch who was ashamed he wasn't a real ultimate, and...
Okay, let's not...
Amelia, I do not believe that's the case.
Well, we were clearly drugged through the sweets. Now it's just about finding who could...
I summon a counterclaim!
Eichi? Oh god, what is this?
Hold
the
on.
frickin'...
Stop accusing Kota!
Okay, is this the... what's it called? The sword one?
How do we know it was the cakes that were drugged and not something else? There's no way that it's Kota! I'll prove that to you now!
Come on, Eichi, do you not remember the friggin' vanilla bottle? A rebuttal showdown, that's what it's called. In a rebuttal showdown, there are flaws in your enemy's arguments that will fly around the screen in the form of fire and sparks. You must hold down space to use your blade to cut through the weak points. Only then can you advance. After cutting down your enemy's arguments multiple times, you must pick a truth bullet to destroy their final argument. Good luck. Collision is so fucked. Okay, let's do this. Oh god, right, it wants me to save before I do this. Okay.
How do we know it's not the
God.
plants that made them pass out?
Shit, how do I do this?
I mean, all the ingredients were from the kitchen.
Oh god,
Michael, watch
fuck.
Kotaro get them.
Yeah, that's that one out. We're gonna get this
When
one.
would Kotaro have...
Oh, I advanced. Okay. It's a bit of a weird version of this, but okay.
There's only enough of the plant to get one person to pass out.
I wasn't actually listening to what they were
We've
saying.
already established that. There's nothing that could make everyone pass out on a large scale aside from the pastries.
Okay.
Well, it can't be the pastries.
Uh.
And it can't be Kota.
And hold on. Get rid of that. Oh,
Well,
got it.
because if he tampered with the pastries, then I would have seen him put something fishy in.
Vanilla bottle?
No.
Yes. Okay. It's a very rudimentary way of doing the Danganronpa mini games, but okay. Okay, at least that's actually a lot easier and better to understand than the actual rebuttal
bar.
showdown.
It was completely inconspicuous. You wouldn't have noticed it had been filled with what I presumed to be what drugged us. Chloroform.
Mm-hmm.
You probably poured it in without a second thought.
I don't know why, but knowing this was for Dracul, it brought my confidence up a bit. I had to try, for him, for everyone. Maybe I could help in a class trial. It's best not to think about that. I needed to focus on the task at hand for Dracul.
Surprisingly not my first time just straight up eating chloroform. Nice.
What? Sorry, you will not... I think we have something we need to talk about after this trial, okay?
What?
Yeah, what? What? Lyra? What? Is some weird kink going on here? What's going on?
So, we all ate chloroform without even realizing. How strange.
So, does that mean Kotaro's the culprit?
Huh? What?
Well, I don't know yet.
No! It's not me!
Kotaro! There's no need to deny justice.
I've no idea at this stage who it might be, but I feel at least a little... I don't know. I feel at this stage like there are certain people who we need to approach it from innocent until proved guilty.
No, it doesn't. Kotaro and Maiko picked up the spare ingredients from the storage boxes in the library. They could have been tampered with before.
And where does that put us?
Right back at square one.
Okay, well do we need to ask who's been in the library? I don't know.
It sucks to be you. You really are lab rats, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Alright, at least we know it had to have been someone at the party and that the pastries made us pass out. What do we look at now?
Okay, how about we try discussing weapons then?
Oh! all those instruments the killer used to give Dracul that little makeover?
So we've seen a baseball bat, and we've seen a scalpel. I'm curious, though. Thing is, it said that they got a Mononeko file with the details, but we haven't actually looked at it.
Oh, it's a shame. He was almost cute before.
The killer knocked Dracul out first, most likely, before doing anything else.
So is that where the baseball bat comes in?
Why do you say that?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the baseball bat being present, and that is something used to knock people out usually, and I doubt the baseball bat was used to make the intestine streamers.
Awkward.
Not to mention the fact we heard no scream, so he was probably unconscious, like us, just by a different method.
That's strange. Gosh, this villain must have such complex motivations and methods. After all, they clearly put planning into their attack before, but then didn't realize their clothes would get bloody.
They probably realized their error with the clothes pretty quickly, though.
What makes you say that, Kutsuki?
Well, it shows that the clothes request from Mononeko happened before Dracul was killed. Discarded Tea Party outfits. This, maybe? Wait, what? Wait, the empty box, maybe? Happened before he was killed. I don't think it's the rope burn, so it's got to be that, then? Wait, what? Wait, the rope burn marks? What? Sorry, am I being dumb? Am I being a bit dumb?
I've got it. The rope burn marks were on Dracul's clothes when his body was discovered, meaning the ropes that were used on him were used after he changed.
Oh, right, okay. Right, okay, yeah, I didn't think of that, actually.
So,
I think I get it, what they're saying.
Suggesting that our clothes were swapped after Dracul was knocked out, but before he was killed.
Do you have to talk so slowly? But before he was killed?
Exactly.
It stands to reason the ropes were used to restrain Dracul.
I suppose knocking him out was less effective than the chloroform was on us. Meaning the killer wanted an extra precaution, in case he woke up.
Okay, it's obviously a bit challenging sometimes to put things together if you can't actually just look at your truth bullets, but...
Which is understandable, considering everything they did to his body.
Truly not the most pleasant transformation. They ruined a perfectly good cake. Poor cake. You will forever be missed.
That's what you're concerned about, is it?
Is the cake really what's important right now?
As much as I hate to agree with her, Yui is right. The cake isn't important. Dracul is right now.
No! The cake could be vital evidence!
Oh, is that what you're getting at?
I swear Jailbait McGee is always high.
Shut up. You're being dumb. Taki might have a point. The fact the killer put it on a cake might hint to their motivation. After all, it suggests the killer might not have been the most sane.
Okay.
That's all good and all, but should we get back to the murder weapon? Viewers love the brutal detail.
I like how this one talks. You can keep this one. I think they'd be great at running a killing game.
You gotta speak up there, Mononeko. We can barely hear you.
I think it's safe to say that while Dracul may have been knocked down the trash disposal, he was not killed there.
Because there was blood there, and that's where the baseball bat was.
I mean, the trail of blood...
And that too.
makes that kind of obvious.
I like that effect with the text wibbly wobbling.
The trail of blood indicates, however, that when the killer knocked out their victim, they did it harder than anticipated.
Huh?
You don't typically knock someone out with the intention of drawing blood.
True. That's true, yes. I mean, blunt force to the head doesn't necessarily always cause bleeding. I think you have to hit them pretty hard to do that.
So the killer must be someone who's super strong. Maybe that's just how they usually hit.
Ooh, someone super strong. Now I'm worried about Aichi, because he's the buff character.
Like, Aichi and his big, strong muscles?
Okay, if they're pointing that out straight away, is it going to be him? Or is he a red herring?
Hey! No! I would never do that to Dracul.
It could also have been out of blind rage.
Rage?
Someone might have heavily disliked Dracul. and let their anger get the better of them.
Did anyone hate him that much? Sure, he could get annoying, but I never heard someone complain too much about them.
People can suppress and hide their feelings for people rather well, Asuga. Just ask your friend Taka, him being in such a business that he is. He probably had to deal with obsessive fans he had to pretend he liked, when in reality, he'd rather some of those fans drop dead.
Well, aren't you lovely?
I would never wish that much on those boomers. But they were pretty unepic. And while I go, well,
oh,
you
God.
can be my little PogChamp
No,
grandma.
no.
Get their faces behind their backside and not talk about how they smelled of fossils.
Okay, someone get the brain bleach so I can just not have to remember what he just said.
Okay, so someone might have secretly hated Dracul. We can't do much with that for now, so maybe back on the weapon?
It was the scalpel.
Yes.
I mean, with the precision of cuts needed to extract the organs as they did, that would make sense.
Indeed, it would, yes.
This is confusing.
What do you mean? Aren't you meant to be the smart guy? Oh, wait, you faked that.
Why does everyone talk so slow? Oh, wait, you faked that. He's like, that's like slight overacting, kind of, where they draw everything out.
No, not like that. I mean, it's confusing because the scene of the crime is inconsistent. It's precise and clean 1 second, then messy and rushed another moment.
So, the killer wasn't thinking entirely clearly.
So somebody wasn't thinking clearly. I see. My mind immediately then went to Ismini and Alora, the fact that they were drunk. Because you kind of wouldn't be thinking clearly there, but then obviously Kiyoshi was outside listening to them, so assuming it can't be them then.
I don't think that anyone who thinks decorating a cake with body parts is thinking entirely clearly.
It is a strange thing to think of, but we faced darker threats before. We can do it again.
Come on, Melody Pretty. Maybe it's you. I don't know. I've got nothing to go on that assertion.
Back on topic. So we know ultimately the surgical knife was used to kill and set up the body the way it was.
Why is ultimately capitalized?
A surgical knife. May I bring the audience attention to the fact Alora's smart and sort of like a doctor.
But does she not also have an alibi?
And doctors use surgical knives!
Oh, well, aren't you a smart little monkey?
I'm a chemist. That is something of a jump in logic to make.
Sus.
Don't make an Among Us joke.
Takahiro?
Yes?
I believe it would be beneficial if you were quiet for the rest of the trial.
Sounds like something a murderer would say.
What if he's the murderer? God, I have no idea. I genuinely no idea at this stage who it could be.
Taka, I love you, but please stop throwing baseless accusations around. People will start to think you're an idiot.
Maybe it's doing that Danganronpa thing of the person who's throwing accusations around. Maybe it is the killer. Or maybe he's the killer, rather. I don't know. I'm trying to, because obviously there's no way for me to check my truth bullets, so I just have to try and memorise them all, and I'm sure there's ones I'm forgetting already. But the problem is, I'm not sure who would have been where, and probably, the fact that this is my first recording session of this for a couple of weeks since my last one probably doesn't help, because my memory's probably a bit rusty of where everyone precisely was before everything happened.
Aha! Joke's on you! I already know I'm an idiot!
I hate all of you!
Hey, can we stop discussing the murder weapon for a moment? Because it's sorta obvious. Can we go back to the scream?
We can do. Let's clear this up. What was the scream? Ismini says she has no recollection of it. Is that just because she was drunk? Or is it because someone else did it?
Huh? I thought we already discussed the scream.
I know nothing about it. I didn't even hear it. But I know I wasn't the one who screamed.
You say that, but do we have definitive proof you didn't scream?
This is bad. They're going back on this topic again. We need to figure out what the scream actually was before they point fingers at Ismini again. Okay.
I mean, Ismene says she can't remember screaming, but can anyone else back up her claim?
Well, Alora? Or Kiyoshi? Because surely they would have felt like... yeah! Smash device, empty box. No, that's not it at all. Wait, that doesn't make any sense, I know. It doesn't. Right, so it's not that one that we want to refute, it's a different one. Okay, it's coming back.
Ismene says she can't remember screaming, but can anyone else back up her claim?
No.
Would Alora the time Scream haven't?
Maybe just listen
If
to
I
what they all say.
screamed, Alora would have told everyone.
Problem is, like, I don't know what truth bullets it's going to come up with. So sometimes I just have to... do we get a can... we don't have a truth bullet for that, though, do we?
Can you stop trying to defend yourself? Who says Alora isn't covering for you?
Let's just listen to what they all say.
Nothing else that could have made that noise.
Smash device. Speaker system. Maybe it's pre-recorded. Hold on. Smash device. Yes! Figured it. There you go, that's where it comes in. Got it. I was wondering what that was. Okay, so...
Are you forgetting about the smash device?
Well, did she even see it? Who knows?
Huh? What do you mean? You can't just pull evidence out of your ass to defend your third wheel.
How about you shut up whilst I actually show you the evidence and then you can make your fucking judgment?
No, it was in the trash disposal. Battered up.
And you're suggesting this correlates to the scream?
And I'm suggesting you need to speed the fuck up with your lines.
Yes, I'm proposing to you that it was a recording device.
Wait, so you think someone recorded Isamin's scream and played it?
Maiko, you're a voice actor.
Melody, pretty!
Oh, Interesting. We're proposing that she could have imitated the voice?
Right, Melody Pretty. You know a lot about voice acting, right?
Why would I? I'm a magical girl, not a voice actor, silly.
But your civilian form is a voice actress who wishes to be an idol, right?
That may be correct. But Kia, you can't tell anyone about my civilian form. It's my deepest secret.
What are you even... How is this relevant to the trial in any way?
Shut up, we're going to get on to that.
Hold on. Be patient. I think I know what Asuga is doing.
Well, since you have knowledge in the subject, that picture of that device on your monopad, does it look like recording software?
Why, yes, it does. It can also play things back. It's a rather nifty device. Not as good as my equipment, though.
I hope that answers that question for good.
Whoa, wait. So the killer recorded Yasmin's scream earlier in the day and then played it?
When would they have recorded her scream, though? I don't know. I can't remember. Did she scream at any point before everything went down?
Did they stalk Izmir or something?
Kiyoshi, do you want to say anything about that?
I was locked in my room most of the time. Don't know where they could stalk me to.
Hold on. Something that doesn't make sense here. Wait. No.
God, can you speak up, please? Can barely hear you. Alright, no. Tell us what's on your mind.
No, Mint. Please speak up. Take this chance.
Emilia?
She smiled at him.
Alright. My question is, how would the killer be able to activate the recording device so remotely?
That appears to be the issue at hand.
It's a good question.
So, it still could be Ismene?
Let's not let preconceived notions get in the way here.
No, Yui, please catch up. It has to be someone at the party.
What if whoever recorded the scream left the microphone recording empty noise for about 10 to 20 minutes before recording the scream?
Yeah, but they wouldn't know exactly, well, would they? Exactly how long?
Huh?
Or would
Wait. Kota, continue. You might be onto something there.
That way, they could slip into the trash disposal and play the audio before entering the party.
Okay, actually, no, I get what you're saying now. I see. Because actually the scream didn't necessarily need to go off at a particular moment, did it? It just needed to go off at some point to lure him out. Okay, actually, you know what? Yes. Yes, I get where you're coming from now.
When everyone was gathered, they knew the audio would go off and they wouldn't have to do anything to set it off themselves. And it would take away unnecessary suspicion in the process.
Whoa! Kotaro actually has something up there in his big cotton candy head.
Cotton candy head?
But why would the killer want to play a scream from his manning anyway? How did it help the crime?
Well, it lured Dracul out, didn't it?
Well, of course it brought suspicion off them and
that too, yeah.
It was most likely a red herring.
Yes, but there must be more of a reason than just that. It's a loud way to cause a red herring, and it would probably make people aware of what you were about to do.
Luring Dracul out, right?
Not to mention the effort it would take to get me specifically to scream in order to record it.
I believe there may be more of a purpose to it.
More of a purpose to his mini scream. What would that be? To lure him out. That's what I'm saying.
I got it.
Yeah.
I believe this attack was a personal one on Dracul.
The killer specifically targeted Dracul?
Well, why else would they use his meanie scream and not anyone else's? The killer knew Dracul was the most protective of his meanie here, and would be the first to investigate a scream from them. So they used it to lure him specifically out.
Indeed, indeed.
And why would they do that?
Isn't it obvious? For the drama of killing our group leader! Woo! Taka strikes again!
Please be quiet.
She's getting pissed off at him.
I don't know why, but you said yourself, Ray, that people often have vendettas and negative opinions they can conceal rather well.
I mean, this info probably will be useful for helping figure out a motive.
Alrighty-o. We've established that the scream was done using the recording thingy. What now?
So they're going down this point of somebody who had beef with Dracul. But I'm trying to think, who would that be? Because there's nobody who leaps out, and I don't know if that's just maybe my memory being a bit rusty, given that I wasn't able to actually record this trial pretty much straight after my last recording session.
Well, I guess now it's just narrowing down suspects. We now know it isn't Kiyoshi, Alora, and as many, I guess, so time to review the podcast.
Just I love the way in the text box that's smaller.
Something has been bothering me about this all, though. I don't know how the killer could be a party attendant.
Huh? Why not?
Because we all saw each other pass out, right? And then we saw each other wake up.
How much time has elapsed here? That's the question. I don't think has been answered. Because they could just imitate, you know, pretend that they were passing out, and then just wait for the rest of us to wake up when they pretend to wake up as well.
So how could the killer be unconscious and do what they did to Dracul?
Because they weren't unconscious?
That is a puzzle. Maybe it could be one of the people who wasn't present at the party. How do we know Kiyoshi didn't do it and was outside the room the entire time?
It's a good question. How do we know he wasn't? He was definitely there, outside Isamine's room the whole time.
I think I made my presence outside Isamine's room very well known.
Trust me.
Okay, so you're going to back him up on that.
That is a good point. They could have just acted, but we saw everyone eat those sweets. And how could they eat them without passing out?
So, my immediate thought there is somebody involved in the making prepared one that wasn't drugged, and they knew which one it was, and made sure to eat that one? Maybe?
And that's my cue.
Oh, hello. Hello, Lyra.
Hey, hold up. I think I know a way they could have both eaten the food and stayed awake. Just leave this to me, alright?
Oh, Jesus. Sorry, what was that? What was that little image that just flashed on the screen then? Like a schoolgirl or something with big pigtails. In advance, I apologise for this minigame. Why? Because you're apologising already because it doesn't work well or something. Doki Doki Deliberation is a minigame in a dating game style of format where you communicate with the person who offers to give you support. This is new. Is this something unique? At the end of the school week, your love for one another will have formed another truth bullet that you can use in trial. I'm so sorry. Okay.
So the chloroform was used to replace what again?
Oh no. Oh no. Lyra. Oh, for the love of God, what is this? What should you give Lyra? Chloroform was used to replace this.
Wow, you're such a charming.
Such a charming? Do you not mean such a charming guy? Did I do good?
Think about the selection of food at the party. There were cakes and also fruit. And the fruits were dipped in chocolate, so they had no need for...
No need for... Consumption. Kia, I love you. Vanilla.
Oh, we're getting there. This isn't patronizing whatsoever.
Oh dear.
If you ate only the fruits, you wouldn't pass out. So...
Okay, so the killer only ate the fruit.
And so, we have our answer.
Well, that was simple enough, I think. Yeah! I fell in love with Lyra. Ugh. Jesus. Well, that's a mini-game and a half.
Okay, never put me through that weeb shit again.
This is why I like you. You're an innocent character. I hope you survive right till the end, Lyra. Please. Please let... You're definitely my waifu for this.
Point still stands. If there was someone at the party who didn't need the sweets, we could probably figure out who the killer was.
You mean... You said sweets, but the dialogue on the screen says fruits.
Huh? It's as simple as that. Well, I can confirm the people at my table, they all ate pastries.
Okay. And can you verify who was at your table again, because I've completely forgotten?
I knew you'd get there eventually.
So, it really was someone at the party?
Mint lad. Gonna need you to speak up a bit, and a bit quicker as well, lad.
Think back to the party, to the things people said. Who was only eating fruit?
There is no reason for you to talk that slowly. Speed the hell up. The party. Ah, wait. So she was there with me and with Mint, so can't be any of them. Okay, who's got... Nearly everyone was eating just pastries, weren't they? Who's eating... Okay, so they're eating fruit over there. And then we've got Kotaro, Yui, and Maiko down at their table. But are they eating pastries? I can't... Problem is, the image quality of this is very low, so I can't really tell. I can't really see very well what things are supposed to be, but... Okay, everyone was eating just pastries, weren't they? Wait, someone said they were gluten-free. Did they? Who was that? Has to be that. Who the fuck said they were gluten-free? I don't remember who it was. It's been too long. That feels familiar. Someone probably did say that. Shit, who was it? I can't remember who it was. Are you going to make me choose? It has to be. It's going to make me choose, and I have no idea, because I can't remember who the hell it was. And I couldn't tell anything from that image. I couldn't tell... Oh god, it is going to make me choose. Son of a bitch, I don't remember. I don't remember who said they were gluten-free at all. Crap. That image was probably supposed to be the thing that told me, but I was looking at that. I can't be the only one looking at that image just then who thought, there's no way in hell I can tell anything there. Because some of them weren't holding anything at all. Who was gluten-free? I don't remember. I don't remember that at all. So it's not anyone... Well, it's not her. So we can cross her and Mint off straight away. It's neither of them. Oh, hang on. Can I just look at that image again? I'm just going to jump cut. 1 second. I need to see that image again. Right, I just checked the footage and I looked at the image again. Still not a clue. I can't tell. It's too low res. I can't figure out what some of them are holding. It looks like some of them are holding pastries, but I really can't tell very well what they're supposed to be. That's the thing. And like some of them are just stood there not actually holding anything. So like I feel like that's not enough to go on. And I still can't remember who said they were gluten-free. That was fucking 2 weeks ago. I've already forgotten. Who was the gluten-free one? It's not Ismini. We can cross her off. Alright, hang on. Let's think about this. So, it can't be Laura, it can't be Amelia, it can't be Ismini. So that leaves, obviously, on this side, Asuga and Eichi. Can't be Kiyoshi. It can't be Mint, so we can cross them off from either end. Lyra... Oh god, I don't know. I don't think it's Lyra, because she's kind of led us to this conclusion, which is strange, so I doubt she'd be the killer. Kotaro was on the table with Meiko and Yui, and they didn't seem to be holding anything? I don't know. I've no fucking idea. Right. I get the feeling this gluten-free thing is supposed to be the thing that's triggered my memory and helped me solve it, but I cannot remember. I seriously cannot remember. So, I'm just going to be blindly guessing here, because unfortunately it was too long ago. It's gone from my memory. Ray was at the table in the top left, but he wasn't holding anything. I really don't remember who said they were gluten-free. I'm pretty sure Taka was on a table with pastries. Eichi, right, I'm assuming Eichi was eating a pastry, but... Oh god, I don't know. Fuck it. I'm just gonna guess wildly here, because I haven't actually got a clue. I'm being dumb. Kotaro. Okay, that doesn't make sense, so it's not him. Oh, bollocks, I'm gonna lose life, though, if I do this. If I just guess blindly. Can you show me the selection, please? God, that took a while to load up, didn't it? Meiko? It's Meiko. Okay.
Killer. It can only logically be you. Can it not?
So she was the one who said she was she had to eat gluten-free stuff. Okay. So it is Melody Pretty. I said before, oh, what if it's her? But I wasn't seriously entertaining it, because I felt like I didn't really have the evidence for it. Okay, yeah, that was not for any reasoning. That was just me blindly stabbing in the dark there. Yeah, it will be the case that she mentioned it just before the party, or during it, rather. But I've just completely forgotten what she said. This is like, I think, one of those moments where in mainline Danganronpa it takes you back and it says, oh, do you remember this very specific thing? This very specific throwaway comment someone made? And now suddenly, oh, lo and behold, it actually turns out to be a major piece of evidence. But normally in a Danganronpa game, you'd have a flashback in case you'd forgotten. But of course, it doesn't have it here, so you could be forgiven, I think, for completely forgetting and just thinking, I have not got a clue. Because I'll be honest, that CG, that image it showed of everyone around the tables, not helpful at all. That did not really help me narrow it down all that much. Because some of the people there were not holding pastries at all. There was more than one person in that image who was just not really doing anything. They weren't eating anything, they weren't holding any food. So it didn't really tell me anything, that image, I feel like, other than just crossing a couple of people off the list.
What? Excuse me? What are you even insinuating?
We're saying you're the killer. Oh. Come on, keep moving, please. That's there. Got him. Right, let's get some cards there so we can get across to where that gold tooth is. That's good. Particle effects, causing lag, of course. So yeah, like I said, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments, everybody. Because that's the thing about this game, Alice. In many ways, kind of like my So You're Being Hunted series, these Alice episodes, because, you know, they typically tend to be quite long, and the gameplay is, you know, fairly repetitive at times, with a lot of platforming, solving puzzles, things like that. It's nice to have a bit of a conversation and, you know, turn these episodes almost into kind of like a podcast sort of style, so to speak. So yeah, good stuff. Okay, right, a little bit of a checkpoint here, so what's the deal?